Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Did I just clean? Yeah. Sorry. What? Cut. Hello everyone, welcome back to Beauty and the Bible. Miss you so much. And I know I've been a little bit MIA with Beauty and the Bible. We're back. Okay, I'm not gonna say we are back like we're back, but we're back the way we are back. And I got a very beautiful story for you today. So make sure you click the where was it? Okay, yeah, make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications whenever I post. You will be the first to know. And also, I do vlogs in this channel where they focus on my engineering diaries. So if you also like that, you can stay tuned and watch. But Beauty and the Bible will be coming every other week as usual, but yeah, I will try to film as many as possible, but we're working with God here. Okay, we're working with God. It's got to be a whole story. I will say that in my vlogs, so if you want to know how that happens, make sure you tune into my vlogs. But anyway, let's start the video. So today's story comes from the book of Judges, chapter 4 and chapter 5. And we are looking into the story of a very first female judge, female leader to be known, actually to be, her name is, I think she's the first, if I'm not wrong, female leader to be named in the Bible, and her name is Deborah. So before Deborah, there was a judge named Ehud, and Ehud led. I'm not even sure that I'm in frame. I hope I'm in frame. And Ehud led the Israelites against the Moabites, and they won. They were able to reclaim their freedom, and this freedom lasted for around 20 years, around 20 years, right? So Israelites, being the Israelites they went back to worshiping the Canaanite idols. And I had to look, why did the Israelites keep on going back to the Canaanite idols? And it was crazy, and considering how Canaanites worshipped, their worship was brutal, because we have three of their gods. There is Baal, Ishtar, and Moloch, and one of the things they engaged in is temple prostitution and sacrifice of their babies. That was scary for me. Why would you want to participate in that? But at the same time, they got instant blessings. Like, with God, you don't get instant blessings. It's not your time. You're working with his time, because his plan is perfect. His time is perfect. And it was crazy, but at the same time, and remember, it is in the intersection of Canaan was the intersection of Egypt and Mesopotamia. Mesopotamians had their own gods. Egyptians had their own gods. And if you look at history, they both had intricate irrigation systems. They were advanced for their time. And then Canaan was at major trade route. It was crazy. And currently, I'm not looking. I used to blame them, why you guys keep on falling? And then I look at my life right now, it's difficult maintaining it, especially in the world. You need to always pray constantly. So I kind of get them, but at the same time, yeah, right. So they fell back into worship, like they started worshiping the Canaanite gods and all that, and God left them alone and delivered them into the hands of Jabin. Jabin was a king in Canaan, and his army commander's name was Sisera. Now, Sisera was brutal, one of the most brutal army commanders, and he went to battle with 900 chariots, iron chariots. Now, we're also going to go a little bit in history when you're going to look to the advancement of different metals that were used during industrialization. And we start with things like copper, and then we go brass, but these things were malleable. They were difficult to how do I put it, to break or bend or something like that. So it was difficult to use. So when iron was discovered, and it was a hot cake, it was a hot grab. And if you have no money, my dear, how can you afford it? And also, as much as you can get your hold on iron, you also need blacksmiths so that they can craft whatever you want, and it will be easier for you to actually use the iron in a very nice way. So Canaanites had iron chariots, and these iron chariots gave them a huge advantage in the battleground, which was scary to most anyone who's going into battle with them. Yeah, it was very, very scary, and they are known for this. It's written in history, right? So my yeah, so see, they have been left into the hands of the chariot, in the hands of the Canaanites. And Canaanites were brutal. They used to come and bully them for their food, their harvest, and maybe very brutal stuff. Maybe they can even take your wife. I'm not so sure. That one I'm sure it not been written, but I think it's in history. You can go and read that up on how Canaanites treated the Ninevites they conquered. So yeah, so that was that. So in an area in between Ramah and Bethel, in Mount Ephraim, there's this Chilean known as Deborah. Deborah was the wife of Lapidor, and she was a prophetess, and she also helped in solving most of Israel's and helped in solving Israel's problem, helped in judging. You know how when Moses was in the what is it called? Was in the desert, he used to like sit down, listen to the problems the Israelites were having, help them solve their problem, things like that, right? So that was the work of Deborah. So people traveled all over Israel to come and ask for guidance. Maybe you have a dispute with your husband, with your wife, yeah, things like that. I hope you get what I'm saying, right? So she lived in there in Mount Ephraim, and where she lived, she spoke with God. Let's be honest, prophetess, they spoke with God, right? And so when she was speaking, God spoke to her about Barak, and she sent for Barak. Barak was the son of Abinoah, and they hailed from the tribe of Naphtali. So Barak lived in Kadesh, north. Kadesh. Is it Kadesh or Kadesh? Okay, let's just say Kadesh. And see, okay, he came, and it was difficult for her because I know God spoke to you, but you assumed him. Let's be honest. Because if you're told go into battle with sister, yeah, that's just a fiction of imagination. I'm not gonna listen to that. So what Nani said, Deborah told him, it's written in Judges 4, chapter 4, verse 6, and she sent for Barak, the son of Abinoah, son of Kadesh, Naphtali, and said unto him, has not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of children of Naphtali and the children of Zebulun. And I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thy hand. Like God had told him, go, I will be with you. But it's also difficult because, girl, you know, you've heard the atrocities this man does. You know how vile he is. And then, yeah. But you also need to trust God, right? So that is what Deborah told Barak. And Barak said, okay, fine, I will go. But you have to come with me. I am not going alone. And Deborah said, fine, I will go with you. But know one thing, the honor of Sisera's death will not be on you, but will fall on a woman. That was a prophecy. You will see when it's gonna be fulfilled, baby girl. You will see. So stay tuned, okay? So in terms of battle and how it happened during those days battle, the one who killed the opposite. Okay, let's go to David. You know David and Goliath. David is the one who killed Goliath. So honor of Israelites defeating the Philistines was on David. I hope you get me. So the honor of defeating the Canaanites will fall on a woman. That was the prophecy. I mean, first of all, remember, we're living in a very patriarchal world. We're in a patriarchal world where men are the ones who are the ones who are going to battle, the ones leading battles, the one who are mostly speaking to God. And there's this woman who's now speaking to God, one who's now leading them to battle as the like the major prophet. You remember when, if you go to the Bible and read about Saul and David, Samuel was always leading them most of the time, Samuel, and then there was this prophet Nathan in the time of David. I hope you get what I'm saying. So for them to accept her to lead them is a sign that I'm gonna say they were progressive during that time. And I really don't know what to say because it's amazing, it's beautiful. And yeah, how did I tell you? I'm sorry, I did my eye makeup, so yeah, that's that. So after everything had, so see, they walk, they march. One of the places they had to go to, they were told, is to go to Mount Tabor, because in Mount Tabor, you know, they're supposed to meet in Revocation, right? If they went to Mount Tabor, they could easily see the army of Sisera walking down, like you're at an elevation, so you could see down. And after being told all these, my boy Barak went back to Kadesh, took 10,000. He was told to pick 10,000 men, right? Took 10,000 men from the tribe of Naphtali and Zebulun, and started and told them, we're going to army, we're going to the army with, we're going to army with the army, we're going to battle with the Canaanites. So there was this man known as Haber. He was from the Kenites. Kenites were father-in-laws of Moses, like, so the father-in-law of Moses, yeah, that tribe, Heber, hailed from that. And they had a peace treaty with the Canaanites, so they were like collaborators together. So he informed Sisera of what Barak was doing. And my boy was like, period, let's go to battle, let's go to battle. I think he used to be he used to have fun because he was so used to winning. He was like, another day, another battle, another win for me. That was that for him, I think. I'm gonna say that because maybe if I keep on winning, I'll also be like, who else wants to fight us? Who else wants to fight us? Who else wants to fight us? You know, sometimes I think that's how God sometimes is. Really, you know. But anyway, so see, Sisera is not going to Revocation, and you know, the battle. And when they are there, remember the Israelites have already arrived with their troops and they are on Mount Tabor. And I think my boy Barak was a bit hesitant, and Deborah asked him, is God not with you? Is God not with you? Huh? Move. And they went down to Mount Tabor. After going down, know that they're going to battle, right? And this man has his 900 chariots, iron chariots. But they moved. And according to the song of Barak and what is that name? Barak and Deborah, it is say that during the battle, God caused a huge cloud, like heavy cloud, nimbus clouds. I feel scientific was like nimbus clouds, caused like heavy clouds to come, and there was a huge downpour, and the river Kishon, its banks became full and broke. The banks breaking caused a lot of water to seep into the battle area. And remember, this the Nini Canaanites are coming with chariots. If you've ever gone to a muddy place and you're in your car and your car gets stuck, it's so frustrating and everything. So that's what happened to their chariots. The chariots became stuck, so they can't move forward, they can't move backward. So they have lost their main source of victory. So they all start panicking, and there was confusion among them because maybe now what are we going to do, you know? And remember, the Israelites are continuing coming, like they are charging. They have no chariots, so none of them are getting stuck. They are marching. They're coming. If you know that song, we marching in the line. Yeah, they were marching, and they marched towards the Canaanites, and they were able to like they flatline them. They were able to defeat them, all of them. And when Sisera saw this, oh, he was afraid. He was like, I ain't dying. I am not dying. So he ran away. Upon running away, he knows about Heber and the he knows about Heber and the Kenites, right? So he goes to the wife of Heber. Her name was Jael, and she said, "Hey, I think I need to hide here if I'm wrong." And Jael welcomed him. He entered into the tent and he asked for water, but Jael gave him milk. I don't know why this man did not like see, like, why are you giving me milk? I asked for water, but I think he was so confused and frightened. He just drank the milk, and he told or I think he ordered Jael that if anyone comes asking for a man or something, don't say I'm here. All that, but is that good stuff or bad stuff? Well, if you're hiding away, that's what it means, right? So that's where he hid, and he slept after he drank the milk. He just slept, and while he was sleeping, Jael came. The Kenites were a nomadic group, so the women knew how to pitch tents. So the peg for pitching the tent, if you ever gone pitching tent, camping and all that good stuff, there's always a peg, and like you peg your tent to the ground. So Michael came with the peg, and like, you know how you pitch the tent, he pegged. That does not sound good. He put the peg. He put the peg on the temple of Sisera, and he died. But you're sleeping there, like he pegged him. You know how you pegged, like, boy, that's crazy. She was crazy. I'm going to say that she was crazy, because why would you do something like that? Anyway, that was where the prophecy of Deborah fulfilled. The honor of killing Sisera will go to a woman. So as after all that, Barak was walking and still looking for Sisera, because that's the aim of a battle. You have to defeat the army commander for like the battle to end, and winning and all that stuff. Yeah, all people. I think it still happens, but I'm not gonna say something. Let me just keep my mouth. Okay. So when Barak arrived where the Kenites were, he met with Jael. And Jael looked at him and said, "I know who you're looking for. Come with me." And she brought him to her tent, and there he found that man pegged, dead. And I think for some reason he knew it, and he was like, "Okay, he's dead. We've won." And I remember they sang, and Jael was praised. He was honored, she was honored, and they lived. Is it happily? I feel weird when I say they lived happily ever after. It looks so cliche. Why are you saying happily ever after? It's giving marriage. But I remember, what I know is they really celebrated, because now they have defeated their worst enemies, and they actually won. They have won. They're now free, and their freedom lasted for the next 40 years. My thing is, their freedom lasted with the generation that won. The other generation that had not seen this stuff, and they are seeing what is happening with the other gods, how the other gods of these other nations, mostly Canaan, is blessing them. No, they are falling. Like, I don't know why. I think it was a generational curse where every generation has to suffer, and then I don't know why. Why is it like that? I don't think it's a very healthy thing. In all honesty, it's not. It's not a very healthy thing, but at some point it's still happening today. Anyway, that story shows that you need trust, because and you need to listen to women. I'm gonna be sexist here, because if Barak did not listen to Deborah and said, oh, you're a woman, you can tell me nothing, do you think the Israelites would have been saved? But in all honesty, somebody else would have come and saved the Israelites. Because if you go and read Esther, when Mordecai was talking to Esther, oh, you think you will not suffer with us? Okay, you will not be able to help us, but somebody else will arise and help us, and you and your family will perish. So one thing I have come to realize with most of these things when it comes to God is, God will tell you to do something. If you don't want to do it, fine, don't do it. Somebody else will do it. But if something was to affect you, it will affect you, and you're not allowed to cry. Baby girl, you're not allowed to cry. So let me finish this makeup and then we come and discuss some of the lessons that we have learned from this story. So let me finish my blush. I don't like a lot of blush, but you must see the blush. That's the golden life. I think you're also seeing how I set. Then okay, let me finish my makeup and then we'll come in talk a little. Now this is the final look, and let's talk a little bit of the discussions. This story shows that distinct that women can also make decisions, women can also speak with God, women can also lead an army, lead people into victory, lead the children of God into victory. And it also shows that no voice, no one is okay, no one cannot be used by God. And also you need to have blind blind faith in God. When God tells you move, even if whatever you're going through or whatever room you're entering does not even look like, oh, this people will accept you or people will accept a business idea, if God told you to move, leave the rest to Him. This is like burdens are lifted at Calvary. Let go of your burdens, leave them to God. Let God take control. He knows what He's doing. He knows how to do it. There's nothing impossible for God. I mean, He created the world in 6 days by word of mouth. Do you think there's anything impossible for Him? No, there is not. So move ahead, move straight. Don't worry about anything. He got you. And that's an amen. Amen. And also the other thing that we're seeing that is happening is the loss of faith. Wanting to be like the people of the world, wanting to be like people of the rest. There's a saying that I saw, was it on TikTok or Twitter? Excuse me. That says, stop being jealous of what other people have, because you might be jealous of where the devil got them and not God got them. Some things don't worry about it, and this is why it goes satisfaction with what you have. You need to be satisfied with what you have, where you are. And even though you want more, do not want more because others will envy you or others will want to be you or because others have it. You should want it because you want it, not because of others. Okay, so that is the end of the story of Deborah. My girl. And I hope you like the story. If you want any other stories, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, may God's favor always walk with you all.